think the message in Guru Goofy is actually pretty great. This is the first segment of the 9th episode of the first season of Mickey Mouse Roadster Racers Guru Goofy, and Goofy is practicing a mindfulness technique that he calls Be the Baloney, where he's basically meditating and focusing on becoming the baloney, which sounds like a lot of baloney, but actually Donald practices this while he is in a race. Will this help him win? Will he come out on top form? Well, I'm not going to say what happens, but regardless of what happens, I think it's a fantastic thing for both young and older viewers to focus on, and it does actually work. When I was in secondary school and we used to have first year, second year music, we were learning to play the drums, and the teacher would tell us to think of something like fish and chips, something that's completely disconnected from what we were doing. And because you weren't overthinking and you were focusing on something so basic and quite frankly bizarre, it actually made you perform better. And that's kind of what's happening with here. He's trying to not overthink things, or at least Goofy's trying to get him to not overthink things, but to focus on just being the baloney and concentrating on this instead of getting worked up about the race and, having panics about it, which obviously when you panic and you get anxiety about things, you actually don't perform as well as if you were calm. And I think it's a really great message. I'm not going to start trying to be the baloney, but the message there is very effective, and I think it can help a lot of people. And I never thought I'd say that about an episode of Roadster Racers. With regards to the race itself, I wasn't that emotionally invested. I didn't care if Donald won or Pete won or anybody else. But the message in this, even if it's taught by Guru Goofy, I think is pretty strong. Animated very well, as is always the case. When you have races in Roadster Races, which is not every episode, but when they do race, it's obviously quite fast-paced. I feel like it's well edited. The pacing of the episode itself is very good. It gets to the point quite quickly. Goofy is practicing being the baloney. He teaches this to Donald. Donald tries to implement this, but considering Donald has quite a bad anger problem anyway, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to adapt to this new technique very well. I really thought it was a lot of fun. Not my favourite episode, but the message in it is definitely very strong. Guru Goofy is certainly a decent episode of Roadster Racers.